Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Stomping Grounds here in Lamar, Missouri for week number 3 of the AMT Promotions Outlaw Monster Truck Series. 7 trucks here on the property, only 6 able to compete in tonight's event. David Lux and Brutus unable to go with connection issues, and Joey Smith changing names over to the Bionic Redneck, the one identity change allowed. Going into round number 1 of this event, you're going to see Bustin' Loose take on the Bionic Redneck and Tailfin Terror take on Ecto 1. Unfortunately, no replay available for Jersey Devil versus Knucklehead, with Mike Henry Jr. coming out on top. On to round number 1. Watch the top left corner of your screen as we get ready to go green. Ecto 1, Tailfin Terror take off together all the way across this long floor here in Lamar, Missouri, into the first turn, and McLean is upside down in the first turn. That's going to allow Caleb Lestrape and Ecto 1 an easy victory here in round number 1. Next up, we're going to have the Bionic Redneck taking on Bustin' Loose. Down to the far end, Bionic Redneck with the advantage. Bustin' Loose smoother through the first turn. Slight advantage to Bustin' Loose as they come back to the crossover jump. The equalizer going to be the big bus on the final straightaway. And you see it right there, Bionic Redneck quicker over the bus and to the finish by a truck length. The Bionic Redneck's going to upset Bustin' Loose here in round 1. Moving on to the semifinals, where you're going to see the Bionic Redneck take on the Jersey Devil, and Ecto 1 taking on Bustin' Loose back as the fast loser. Down the main straightaway, dead even into the first turn. Dead even out of the first turn to the crossover jump. Coming to the final turn, they are still neck and neck. Bustin' Loose tags the turning van, and the bus gonna bite him again as Ecto 1 drives away and by half a truck length sails across the finish, going to the finals. Next up, we're gonna have the Jersey Devil taking on the Bionic Redneck. Let's see who's racing Ecto 1 in the finals. Down the main straightaway, Bionic Redneck with the advantage into the first turn. Down to the crossover, slight advantage still to the Bionic Redneck. That's 2 in a row that have tagged the turning car. Gets out of shape over the buses. Jersey Devil's going to drive right by and sail into the final round. And for all the marbles here in race number 1, Ecto 1 taking on the Jersey Devil. Down the main straightaway, slight advantage to Ecto 1 into the first turn. Back to the crossover, Ecto 1 still holding a slight lead. Ecto 1 smooth and steady over the bus. And coming for home, and the event win goes to Ecto 1. Qualifying now complete for race number 2. Bustin' Loose taking on the Tailfin Terror. Ecto 1 taking on the Bionic Redneck. And the Jersey Devil taking on Knucklehead here in round 1. First pair coming at you, Mike Henry Jr. in the Jersey Devil taking on Quintillion Knucklehead. Down the opening straightaway, advantage to Knucklehead, carrying a lot of speed. Through the first turn, coming to the crossover jump, advantage still to the Knucklehead. And the bus is the equalizer. Jersey Devil quicker over the bus and to the finish line, moving on to round 2. Next up is going to be Jackson McLean, Tailfin Terror taking on Andrew Thornton and Bustin' Loose. As they power down the main straightaway, slight advantage to Bustin' Loose into the first turn. McLean with a good turn. They're nearly even to the crossover jump. Coming around to the buses. Still a close race. Bustin' Loose smoother over the bus. And coming down the final stretch, the win goes to Bustin' Loose, moving on to round 2. Final pair here in round number 1. Caleb Lestrape in Ecto 1 taking on Joey Smith in the Bionic Redneck. Down to the first turn. Smith spins the truck out. And Caleb Lestrape now with a commanding lead coming to a crossover jump. Coming over the buses as Bionic Redneck turns the truck over in the second turn. Going to hand an easy win to Caleb Lestrape in Ecto 1. Semifinals coming at you with the Jersey Devil taking on Bustin' Loose and Ecto 1 taking on Knucklehead out of the Fast Loser bracket. Bustin' Loose and Jersey Devil into the first turn. Bustin' Loose a little smoother through the turn, coming to the crossover jump with a slight lead. Advantage to Bustin' Loose at the buses. Jersey Devil with the wheels up, charged, trying to make it up on the other end, and close but no cigar. Bustin' Loose moving to the finals. And in the other half of the semifinals, Caleb Lestrape in Ecto 1 taking on Quinn Tilley in Knucklehead. As the trucks leave the starting line, advantage to the first turn goes to Knucklehead. 3 truck length advantage into the crossover jump. Lestrape's going to overdrive the turn. 360s the truck, and now it's upside down. An easy victory for Knucklehead going to the finals. And for all the marbles here in Lamar, Missouri, Bustin' Loose taking on Knucklehead in the final. Down the main straightaway, advantage to Knucklehead into the first turn. Back towards the crossover jump, a 5 truck length advantage to Knucklehead. Bustin' Loose going to push here in the final turn. Knucklehead with a commanding lead to the buses. Bustin' Loose all out of shape over the buses, and Knucklehead's going to sail it across the finish line and bring home the win here in Lamar. And that's going to do it for our racing action here this evening from Lamar, Missouri. After 3 full weeks of competition, Caleb Lestrape and Ecto 1 still holding on to that commanding points lead, but we still got a long way to go. 7 more weeks of action yet to come. If you like tonight's racing action, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time here on the BeamNG Bandits YouTube channel.